Welcome back, and moving on to our first segment for today. Well, President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi witnessed on Wednesday the opening ceremony of the first phase of the Mustaqbal Misr Industrial City and the harvest season, well, all taking place in the Sheikh Zayed in Giza Governorate. Well, to discuss this in more detail and the significance of the city, we have over the phone Engineer Hassan Shaaban, former Vice President of the Farmers Syndicate Development Expert. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. So first of all, could you tell us more about the significance of this city?
Well, actually, this is a new phase of land reclamation, actually. We're trying to add a stretch of desert to the existing delta. Actually, this area is adjacent to the borders of the delta in Giza Governors, and actually it will extend the delta to go through the desert. And it's a beginning of a new era in this particular area, because actually it was never really considered part of agricultural land in Egypt. And I think very soon this area will add to the crops required by the governors and, generally speaking, by Egypt, actually, because it proved that strategic crops like wheat could actually grow in this particular area. The availability of water and you know, with the experience that we've gained over the years, I think we're going to add significantly a very large area, especially putting in mind the infrastructure that actually we finished a few years ago in this particular area, Daba highway. Actually, this area will actually serve to the national economy tremendously.
Well, could you tell us more about the scale of this project and basically what's going to mainly focus on?
Generally speaking, you know, when we actually talk about land reclamation and, you know, we actually consider strategic crops. I mean, the crops most needed by the Egyptians. I mean, the daily use, like bread and so forth. And I think wheat is a very strategic crop. Corn. That we use also in industry and as food for you know, animals and birds and so forth. So actually, this area will always be like an area that you know, that we use to provide the Egyptians with the needed strategic crops. Hopefully, this area, as well as other areas that's being really, you know, utilized right now, will fill the gap of our, you know, crops that we import from abroad. So actually, this area is very near to the local markets. Giza is very close to governors of Cairo, and where you have the most dense population. So I think this area will actually help in reduction of transportation due to it's being near to the markets and to the silos where actually we store our seeds. Generally speaking, this area is strategically and geographically it's an added value to the cultivated area in Giza and around Cairo.
How far can we say that this project aligns with Egypt's Vision 2030?
Well, we have a very ambitious vision actually in 2030, not it actually spreads all over Egypt. It starts from Wainat, Tushka, the Gulf of Qena, the west of Minya, the New Valley, Farafra, all the way. All of these areas are included in our vision that we have for 2030. So we have, new areas to put on our strategic agricultural map, putting into consideration that these areas will help to redistribute the dense population in the delta and the valley. I mean, I think these areas will help to relocate at least 15 million of population, from the delta and from the upper Egypt. Actually, I think it will add tremendously to the industrial map also, because we have a new philosophy, a new strategy. We actually establish communities in the cultivated areas. We grow the crops that we're going to use in industry, so the agricultural industry and our production will increase. We will establish new villages. These will be, new communities and new villages on the map. So hopefully by the next 5 years, we will have a new map really for the population in Egypt, as well as industry and agriculture.
Well, the president also talked about the role of the private sector. So could you tell us more about the participation and the investments that will take place in this area?
You see, these areas actually develop large areas, which is suitable for the machinery and the equipment that is being used in modern agriculture. And I think the private sector will have a very good chance to actually participate in this program. Large areas could be presented to the private sector as a successful sample that the private sector could actually purchase or go into joint ventures, or perform acquisitions. There is a lot of chances for the private sector, putting in mind also that we could utilize a lot of these areas in growing plants that goes in the perfume industries and cosmetics, as well as medical industry. I think medicine, medicine. So actually the private sector have a very good chance to acquisition a lot of these areas and have a new program. Actually, we need a program. We need to attract famous brands of perfumes and get them to Egypt and produce say local international brands in Egypt. This is very possible. The private sector will have the chance actually to attract foreign investors and join ventures with them. This is a new era actually in the industrial and agricultural attitude in Egypt.
Well, no doubt, of course, such a project will also provide more job opportunities, right?
Definitely, definitely. When I'm talking about relocating and redistributing 15 million among these villages, you have to put in mind that you're going to have plants and industry alongside these areas like the sugar plants. A lot of these areas actually will attract young people to go over there and be stationed over there, not only going back home. No, this will be home for them on the long term. So I think definitely it will offer a lot of opportunities for the young people to consider actually.
So are we going to see more support in the area for the small and medium enterprises?
Come back with this again, please.
Well, talking about the small and medium enterprises, so are we going to see more support for this in this respect?
I hope so. I hope so, because the small and medium industries actually integrate with the general program that the government has. So actually, it will not only be just for the mega companies or the huge capitals. I think the medium and small capitals will have a chance to participate in this program.
Well, how far can this project help or support local farmers in the area and in Giza in general?
Actually, around Giza, you see, we have now the 6th of October, and you have a lot of communities, were founded over the last 20 years along the desert road to Alexandria. I think this area, that the future of Egypt, will actually provide the necessary daily requirement of food and everything to these new communities actually. So it will also create new jobs. It will just save a lot of time and effort, and for transportation. I think we are moving in the right direction actually, because any new area to be developed requires to be self-sufficient. I mean, food-wise and vegetable, fruits, basic requirements, and on top of everything, create new jobs for the adjacent old villages in the Giza, alongside the new areas, Khatadba, Berkash. All of these areas have a lot of young people who require chances to work. So I think these projects will offer them this chance to find jobs for them.
Well, the president about food in general production and having more factories, and talking also about fisheries, and of course all this show the priorities of the Egyptian leadership, right?
Definitely, definitely. I think we spent some time. We've been actually looking at the agricultural map as a whole. I mean, we're not really concentrating on one sector, land reclamation, and that's it. I think we're looking at the whole thing at the same time, and the map is integrating and completing one another. Starting from fishery in the lakes, in the Egyptian lakes, and generally speaking, we are on the right track. We're not really paying attention to a certain sector and ignoring the other sector. We're working in all the directions at the same time. Hopefully by the year 2030, we will see a new agricultural map in Egypt.
Right. Engineer Hassan Shaaban, former Vice President of the Farmers Syndicate, thank you very much for joining us. And moving on to a short break, then we'll be back.